Give the women, because I know you can't always be available, give the women a couple of snapshots into resources available to them to seek out and find some of that good training and some of that training that will stand out. Then we're going to get to SIG and we're going to get to 2020 too.
Okay. So obviously Sig Sauer Academy has a long list of female-only classes. They also do co-ed classes, which both of them are equally as incredible. And obviously they do the background checks for you, so you know that the instructors that you have coming out of our academy are blessed and have done the work to be there. There are a ton of women's like meetup shooting groups. They don't really do instructional stuff, but they do like Wednesday night, women's night, and they gather and shoot together. And then occasionally they'll bring instructors in and do some teaching. Well-Armed Woman is one of them, and A Girl and a Gun. And they are throughout the United States. They have groups that if you're nervous going to the range by yourself and kind of want to get your feet wet, they have monthly meetings at ranges throughout the United States. I think A Girl and a Gun has 150 plus locations. I'm not sure of the statistics on a well-armed woman, but kind of a good starting point to get yourself out there and see if it's something that you want to do. And obviously beginner level classes are a must if you're at that level.
Of course. I know Well-Armed Women markets itself as like the number one spot for women. And like you said, some of these groups are, to get together and get folks educated a little bit on what options are out there. I recently, it's funny, I almost reached out to you, but I ended up reaching out to Michelle over at the other company. And I had Kat Zingano reach out to me. She was looking for like a purse option. And believe it or not, like these are real questions that come up all the time. And I'm like, of course, I don't know, what the hell do I know? You know what I'm saying? So there's so much gear out there. And we've talked about this before coming out for women, and there's so much stuff coming out, different things. Well-Armed Women does a good job kind of educating, showing people the different products that are out there, the different stuff. I try to always say, boil it down to like your top three. Whenever a woman is getting into the game or thinking of self-defense, what are kind of your top three pieces of advice as far as buying products?
Test a product. I have bins in my basement full of product that is just garbage, like hundreds upon hundreds of holsters and different crazy mechanisms that people come up with. And then if you again, you don't, in order to manufacture something, you don't have to be a girl that actually carries a firearm. So the testing parameter on it, it's just kind of a thought process, like, here, this may work, let's make this product. But if you actually put it on, or do your due diligence and work it at the range from different capacities, like a lot of the stuff just doesn't stand up. The women's athletic clothing, they don't have trigger guard protectors on them, and you're talking about like yoga pant material, which is a no-no in my book. I could give you lists of stuff that is just awful, and literally out of hundreds of pieces, I have like 4 things that I can go to that I know are going to work for my lifestyle and how I dress and how I carry. So test the stuff. Like a lot of times people will just buy a holster or a garment that is made to conceal a firearm in, and they'll throw it on, but they've never actually drawn their gun and shot from it, which is a completely different arena in itself.
Of course.
And then you throw into body positions, whether you're in your car, sitting down, standing up, kneeling, mode of dress, depending on what you're wearing. You put all those kind of scenarios into it, and you'll find real quick that some of it is near impossible to be able to deploy your weapon and effectively use it if you needed to.